Southampton against Tottenham, and it's only on Talk Sport.
We've seen already Gylfi Sigurdsson coming out to his left-hand side, Lamela over on the right, and as you mentioned, Moussa Dembele is the holder with Christian Eriksen pushed up behind the two central strikers, Soldado and Adebayor. So, as we predicted for the away side.
It's worth pointing out, actually, that Tim Sherwood is actually sitting in a director's box in the early stages here. Here's Soldado chasing down the right-hand side and winning the first corner of the game, taking the ball off of the toes of Jos Højbjerg and away and out of play immediately. Worth pointing out as well that his boss that day when he lost here 9 years ago as part of that Portsmouth team was Harry Redknapp, and I think he's picked an attacking lineup worthy of his former boss today, Sam. Two strikers, one in behind. Here's Eriksen, the one in behind with the corner, into the near post, flicked away by Danny Fox. It's on the edge of the area, where it's headed clear by Lovren, and then recycled by Carl Walker, but overhit and out of play, away on the far side for a throw into Southampton.
Well, good intent by Spurs. I think that what they have to do when you're not playing well, when you're a little bit nervous and a little bit edgy as a player, with little team cohesion, you just picked up there to the League Butter local rival, start at 100%. Really go for it in the first 10-15 minutes. Get yourself nice and warm, make your trademark runs, get several touches on the ball, and then you tend to find that the game is much easier if you're a little bit reluctant, a little bit reticent, and you drop off and have that fear in your game. That's when you tend to get beaten. Against the good Southampton side, they won't need second invitation today.
By Michael Dawson, who's come under quite some criticism after last week's display and a few displays recently. Pushes Lallana in the back and wins a free kick for Southampton. It's Lambert who actually got flattened in the end. And the free kick will be taken by the same man about 15 yards outside the area. A shade left of centre. Stephen Davis is standing over it too. But it will be Ricky Lambert who takes 4 strides back. Referee Chris Foy today just trying to pull back the Tottenham wall, the 3-man blue wall. Some distance this, you're talking 35 yards from goal here from Ricky Lambert, and the England man will step up right-footed. He sends it over the wall down towards the near corner, and the goalkeeper Lloris has to dive to his right to catch it. Good effort.
Yeah, really good effort on target, perhaps lacking a little bit of pace because he went for the bend, trying to get it up and over the wall and down to Hugo Lloris's right hand. So it's going to be a difficult one for the French goalkeeper because that part of the pitch just away to our right, maybe about a quarter of the pitch is bathed in sunshine, but right in the goalkeeper's eyes.
Ball given away on halfway and picked up by Lallana, who skips away from Dembele. Dembele tries to chase him down. Lallana comes infield, blocked by Eriksen, and they win it back again. Spurs pump it forward through Rose, who's back in the team in the Premier League today. With some real sore injuries this season. It's been a very difficult position for them to fill. Had toe injuries and foot injuries. It's kept him out of the side, Danny Rose. Elmore Asuakoto ended up going on loan to QPR, and you can't help but think that that was a little bit negligent from Andre Villas-Boas, because when Baton got injured last week, it was very difficult to fill that hole. A couple of weeks ago, it was difficult to fill that hole. Here on the left side of the centre circle is Schneiderlin, finding Lallana, tries to pop it round the corner, but it's a poor ball by him, picked up by Sigurdsson. Tottenham have possession again. We played a little over 3.5 minutes, and you're listening to Talk Sport, where it's Southampton 0, Tottenham 0.
See Les Ferdinand in the technical area, Tim Sherwood in the stand today. Encouraging, and of course as a former frontman that had lots of service, and he liked to play with the two wherever he went pretty much. QPR, Spurs, Newcastle. He's asking them, the midfielders, in particular Eriksen, to get within touching distance of his two strikers and make sure they get the ball nice and early into their feet.
Mistake by Højbjerg, runs through to Soldado, back to Lamela, who takes it from the centre circle out towards his left-hand side, goes into a diving challenge with Chambers. The ball breaks to halfway where Rose has got it. Back down the left for Sigurdsson, who cuts in on his right foot, gives it to Adebayor. The Togolese in his second start of the season, scored against West Ham on Wednesday night. He's the aim recipient from a pass by Dawson. It's a good ball out by Dawson into Adebayor. Gives it to Sigurdsson, back to Adebayor, and from this left touchline they go back to halfway before Rose and Eriksen combine to come forward into Sigurdsson. Adebayor wants it, but Sigurdsson gives it straight to Lallana. Cut out by Davis and then all the way back to Gazaniga, whose clearance is a little bit iffy. It's into the air. and goes straight on the play and away for a Tottenham throw. 0-0 the score. The Tottenham fans away to our right are huge in number. It's a massive away contingent today. Must be about 4,000 here today from Spurs. Here's Adebayor trying to flick the ball in from that throw in from Danny Rose. Hoybelt will into set and give it to Lovren. Southampton will build from the back. Ball chipped forward down the right side. Lambert flicks it away from Kirikez, then comes back in field. Davis goes to take it off his toes, but Lambert continues. He runs square into the centre of the first half. Eriksson nicks it away from him, and now here's the counter-attack. Again, a couple of times today, Tottenham have got the ball in good areas and then given it away rather sloppily.
Yeah, but at least they've tried to make a positive pass forward. Sometimes when we've seen Spurs this season, Sam, they've been very turgid and slow and pedestrian in the central midfield area. They're giving the ball away just inside the Southampton half, but by trying to make a forward pass.
Southampton too have been guilty of giving it away once or twice. Jack Cork, son of Alan Cork, wins the ball in centre midfield, sends it wide to the right, chance for Callum Chambers to cross. He does, deep inside the Spurs area, headed away by Dawson, who craned his neck in front of Lambert. It's gone back by Cork. Cork into the 18-yard box. Another cross. Lambert, the aim recipient of that, and Rose gets in front of him and nods it clear. And out for a throw on the far side.
They've been a little bit more direct in the two teams have said. They've been probing longer balls into the channels for the run of Ricky Lambert, getting midfield support in the shape of Cork, Davis, Lallana, Rodriguez. Good cross from the left-hand side of the 18-yard box, but only really England international Ricky Lambert at the far post, well covered by the Spurs back four. It makes it a very good game, this, just starting to bubble up nicely.
7 gone. You're listening to Talk Sport, 0-0 between Southampton and Tottenham Hotspur. Both these teams, I think, with European aspirations this season. At the beginning of the season, you definitely would have now Spurs colours for that particular mark. I'm not necessarily sure you would have picked out Southampton, but they started the season incredibly well. Here on the right side is Chambers again with a chance to cross. He cuts the ball back to Davis. Davis clips it down the right side. Lallana chests it away from Kirikez. Then turns, gets across in left-footed towards the far post. It's just a couple of inches over the head of Ricky Lambert. And they really do like to get the ball wide and get crosses into the box, Southampton. They've completed more crosses than anybody else in the Premier League, and you can see in the early exchanges here that will be part of their game plan today.
And they will have to do that, because I think that some of the intensity in their pressing has gone, and that's down to confidence. 5 without a win, as mentioned before the game. So they've become a little bit more functional. We haven't seen them completely in Spurs' faces, bombing loads of players forward, but particularly in wide positions with the players that they've got, like Lallana and Rodriguez. They could do dual roles today. Obviously, one creative from wide positions, getting crosses in the box. The other one to stop 2 attacking fullbacks in Rose and Walker getting forward for Tottenham Hotspur.
Davis on this right side, 0-0 the score between Southampton and Tottenham. Cork under pressure from Soldado, and it's all the way back to Campaniga, the Argentinian goalkeeper, who's a former Valencia teammate of Roberto Soldado, only 21 years of age. Lallana spreading the play to the left, just overhit it slightly, it ran out of play, past the touchline. Rodriguez couldn't keep it in, and over on that far side it's away for a Tottenham throw. Fascinating to see 3 Southampton players out there today who are 4 England internationals and in the last squad. Lallana, Rodriguez and Lambert. Ball pumped forward by Danny Rose, looking for Christian Eriksson, away by Callum Chambers. Good young English tour to this side, isn't it? Recently the Chile and Germany squad was the first time since January 1986 that Southampton had 3 players in the England squad. It's Danny Wallace, Mark Wright.
Right, yeah, played with Wright at Liverpool.
Who was the other one, can you remember? 86 against Egypt.
Just leave that with me a second. So Mark Wright,
Danny Wallace. And the most obvious one is the goalkeeper, Peter Shilton. All cleared away from the right full-back position, just before he went to Derby, I think. Picked up by Cork, shuffled back to Hoybelt, and he clips the ball down the left side. Chested down by Rodriguez. Into Lambert, Lallana looking for the return pass, away by Kirikez, and Tottenham have got it back again. Eriksson under pressure from Schneiderlin, but manages to square the ball to this near touchline, and Rose over halfway it comes with Tottenham Hotspur in blue today, and Adebayor, who fancies his chances against Callum Chambers, beats him down the left side, turns back again, needs some help, Rose provides it. Soldado is quite a way over towards the far side, about 10 yards outside the box. They've gone back to halfway here, Spurs. And now on the right side, a chance for Lamela to run at a couple of defenders and scoop the ball down the right for a Soldado who's got beyond Højbjerg. Squared the ball into the centre. Adebayor is arriving, can't get there. Lovren just managed to get something on it. And then Chambers put it out for a corner the second of the game.
Very good functional play from Spurs. Danny Rose plays the ball into the left channel. Adebayor holds it up, pops it back into midfield and goes all the way back out to the right-hand side. Lamela plays it down the right-hand side of the 18-yard box to Soldado, whips it along, and what you saw was Emmanuel Adebayor making a very good run, 30 yards from the left touchline into the 18-yard box. Spurs get a corner for their troubles. Very good play.
Eriksen's delivery into the near post, not the best. Away easily by Danny Fox. It's cleared up to halfway where it's retrieved by Rose, who recycles it. Big, raking, long ball towards the edge of the D. Headed away by Højbjerg. Bounces loose in the Southampton half. Lamela wins it. And a good tackle from Rodriguez. Puts Spurs towards the halfway line, but Dawson keeps them moving. Lamela's got it back again. In steps Schneidlin, and now Southampton are in possession, midway inside their own territory. Collected on this right side by Chambers, who's under pressure from Sigurdsson, has to go back. And then, in order to keep things moving once again, the ball goes to Lovren and then Davis. Davis on this near side, the right, just over halfway now. Chambers outside him. He uses Chambers, who turns on the jet-propelled heels and tries to run at Rose, but he just got his feet a little bit confused and runs straight out of play, and it's away for a Tottenham Hotspur throw. It is Southampton 0, Tottenham 0 on TalkSport with Sky Sports, where you can watch all 6 Sky Sports channels wherever you are with Sky Go.
It's a good run by Luke Chambers, but just needs to get the ball out of his feet a little bit more as a fullback. Sometimes he can afford to just play the ball 5 yards in front of him. See Emmanuel Adebayor do it down that left-hand channel. He actually just pushed the ball 7 or 8 yards out of his feet and chased it. You don't always have to be able to dribble with the ball.
0-0. Here is Adebayor down the left side. Interception from Dejan Lovren. Lovren takes it towards halfway. Comes infield, finds Davis. Davis then squirts the ball out to the far side. Danny Fox, who's backing the team at the expense of Luke Shaw today, who's got a throat infection, finds Lallana. Lovely turn. Elegant turn towards the far corner. And Adam Lallana scores a wonderful goal from 20 yards out to put Southampton in the lead. Well, it's Christmas time, isn't it? You're always going to be able to rely on one of England's Holy Trinity, and it's Adam Lallana who's come up with a saintly goal. It's Southampton 1, Tottenham 0.
I saw this lad score an identical goal for Southampton as a late substitute about 6 years ago at the Hawthorns when West Bromwich Albion got promoted. Gets his head down, gets his head over the ball, gets his knee over the ball just outside the D. A lovely, low, raking strike down to the right hand of Hugo Lloris. A little bit harsh on Spurs. Probably the game was even Steven in terms of possession, but the Saints take the lead. 1-0. Well, on TalkSport.
Well, don't forget you can see that goal, all of today's Premier League goals with Sun Plus Goals, sponsors of Goal Reports on TalkSport. Sigurdsson at the other end trying a similar sort of effort from a little bit further out and slightly wider to the left. It flies over the top of the crossbar. Well, what an excellent effort that was from Adam Lallana, the club captain, 25 years of age. He was on the bench at Newcastle last week, but he marked his return to the team with a cracking goal. He says he's going to have to postpone his wedding to Emily in June. It's down for June 14th, but he thinks there might be an outside chance he'll be involved with England that day. I think there's probably more than an outside chance that he'll be involved with England in some capacity at the World Cup, and if that's the case, the matrimonial affair will have to wait.
It's always been talked about that he's not the quickest off the mark, but he's one of those mazy dribblers. He's got great hip movement, and so many players now are athletically very good but running straight lines, and he can drop a shoulder like a waddle and go past people and bamboozle them with movement. Never underestimate that on a football pitch. Wonderful finish, and Southampton will get a lot of confidence from that because, like I say, both sides perhaps a little bit nervous and edgy with their recent form. Whoever was going to get the first goal was going to obviously put themselves in pole position. How do Spurs react? This has been the question now for 6 or 7 games. How do they react? Do they roll their sleeves up and fight and get the tooth and claw back into this game, or does Southampton go on and win the game comfortably?
Excellent finish from Adam Lallana. Spurs have it in central midfield with Dembele back to Eriksen, and then towards the right side of Carl Walker. Walker to Lamela. Lamela looking for Walker once more. The tackle comes in from Danny Fox, and it's out of play on the far side and out for a throw-in. Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham saw their manager dismissed on Monday after a run of 2 wins in 7 games. They look like a team that have won only 2 in 7 games.
What they need is, Sam, is and this is no respect to Les or Tim, who I know very well, and they will both go on, whether it be a partnership or go individually as managers, but they need an experienced hand on the tiller, a good organiser at the moment.
I just wonder whether or not it also just gives you a little bit of a window into the fact that, you know, it's not easy to integrate 8 new players into a first team. It's all right getting £110 million for Gareth Bale, but then turning around and giving someone players, not saying to a manager, here's £110 million to spend, giving someone 8 players, which is essentially how it works at Spurs, with Franco Baldini as the director of football, reporting the papers today, by the way, that he handed in his resignation on Monday when ABB was sacked. Giving him 8 players was always going to be a difficult task for him to find the right sort of system.
Sam, in this country of ours, you know, we welcome great players, and we had some poor players, it has to be said, from across the world, and some poor managers. The old managerial system that a manager looks after the players, he buys the players, he has a massive say in the recruitment and how many, for me, is fundamental and pivotal. So Alex Ferguson managed to do it and win, got 13 Premier League titles. So that would suggest to you that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The director of football model, again, lots of people say it works at my club in Division 1, League 2, da-da-da. Yes. At Tottenham Hotspur, Harry got them 4th, 5th, 4th by getting rid of it.
Yeah, what happened before that and what's happened subsequently, I mean, it's a pretty key indicator, isn't it? 1-0 to Southampton here. You're listening to Talk Sport. Sigurdsson trying to shuffle the ball down the left side, bumps into Cork, away by Chambers, and it's up towards the edge of the area where Kirikez steps in front of Rodriguez and wins the ball back to Tottenham. They give it straight to Southampton, who have it inside the centre circle with Danny Fox, the Scottish international. Turns, fires it back to Hoiberg. He's had a bit of a problem himself, actually, Danny Fox, recently. They've had a lot of injuries. They misses Wanyama and Klein and Borat and Davis. And Fox has had a hamstring injury for quite a while. That ball a little bit too heavy for Rodriguez to chase into the left channel. It runs behind the way for a goal kick away to our right. And Tim Sherwood, I think, has seen enough, really. So he's come out of the director's box. He's gone bursting through the fire exit and down the stairs. So he's gone to sit on the bench in order to try and orchestrate things alongside Les Ferdinand. It's Southampton who lead by a goal to 0. The goal coming from Alan Lallana. And that Lallana's 4th of the season. Ball loose inside the centre circle, collected by Kirikez. A little stab to Eriksson towards Lamela, cut out by Danny Fox, and then boost upfield for Rodriguez to chase. In front of him was Dawson, who threw it back to his goalkeeper. Loris closed down by the England international, but manages to get it to halfway. A flick on by Dembele, won eventually by Soldado, runs through to Eriksson. Eriksson with lots of space for Lamela on the right-hand side for Spurs. He collects it now a yard outside the box, moves into the Southampton area, looks to get the shot away, blocked by Schneiderlin. He just took too long to distribute. Eriksson sends it back in from the right side. It's into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Decent effort by Spurs. We haven't really seen them in and around the Southampton 18-yard box for a good 3 or 4 minutes now. Southampton have just calmed the game down after the goal. Been popping around 5 or 10-yard passes, everybody getting on the ball now. They're a little bit direct early on, understandable. Just to alleviate the nerves, get it up to somebody that's regular and reliable in Ricky Lambert. But that was a decent effort from Tottenham on the break.
18 gone. It is Tottenham Hotspur behind at St Mary's, with the Southampton fans just pointing out that the best player that Tottenham have had in recent years came from Southampton, and the Southampton fans saying, you're not very good now that he's gone. I think they said it in slightly different parlance, but I don't think I'd be too popular with the producer if I repeated it word for word.
When you get a top quality player like that, so instrumental in so many goals, and we saw a lot of them live last season, it's going to be a big hole to fill. But then when you give somebody 8 players to be able to get in the meantime, that is also very difficult.
Davis trying to spread the ball forward for Rodriguez. Rodriguez is squeezed out by 2 blue shirts on the edge of the area. Danny Rose brings it clear into Sigurdsson. He gets fouled from behind by Callum Chambers. That's a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Worth pointing out, actually, that Tottenham Hotspur was second best in the game at White Hart Lane towards the end of last season, which they eventually won the game, but because Gareth Bale stepped up last minute with one of his trademark firecrackers, I think he yielded them something like 24 points last season.
Do you know what I want to see?
When 21 Premier League goals, 24 points.
When we write our team formations out, usually around Thursday, Friday, usually we get 90% of the teams right.
Yes, Spurs, United at the moment.
Well, exactly. Manchester United were the exception, but they've won lots of titles. if you are looking and you're changing more than 40-50% of the team weekly, you know there's going to be problems ahead, unless they've already won something.
Dembele trying to slip the ball through to Soldado. It hits Hoiberg, then cleared away. Rose has got it back, lifts it to the edge of the area. It's inaccurate. And Fox nudges it into the path of Lallana, who's full of confidence, and he runs to halfway, skips past one, then past Walker, then flips it square towards his right-hand side. Excellent play by the England man. Davis, infield, step over by Rodriguez, cut out by Dawson. Adebayor is quicker than Lovren, and they've won the ball on halfway. Is it coming from an offside position? Well, that's a shame, because Adebayor did really well to come back, nip in front of Lovren, win the ball, but he must have come from an offside position because the referee blew his whistle.
Good play by Lallana, wasn't it? Excellent silky skills, just on the left wing, comes in, always looking to ping the ball out to this right-hand side to Steve Davis.
Swansea Everton kicks off at 4 o'clock, by the way. We'll keep you in touch with that. Roger Hughes is there for us today. And it's the big news. If you've just woken up and turned on your radio, I know a lot of you would have been out for Christmas last night. Graham Swan retired from international cricket overnight, halfway through an Ashes series. They are trailing by 3-0. Here is Rose down the left-hand side. He's got Adebayor in front of him. He tries to squeeze the ball, Rose, in between Davis and Chambers. Loses out. Adebayor's won it back. Working hard again, Adebayor. Rose down the left side, trying to skip past Davis. Davis left something on him. Rose won that free kick with a little bit of an elaborate dive over the top of that particular trailing leg, and a free kick has been given to Tottenham Hotspur on this near side.
Well, Danny Rose just looking to push the ball down past Steve Davis. 2 or 3 yards in from the touchline, midway through the Southampton half on the left-hand side. So you've got a situation where it's going to be whipped in between goalkeeper and penalty spot.
It's not, it's low, and into the feet of Sigurdsson from Eriksson, who turns it inside the left channel past Davis, plays the ball against his shin, and it goes out of play and away for a corner, the third of the game to Tottenham Hotspur, who trail by a goal to nil to Adam Lallana's effort after 11 minutes. Corner to be taken by Eriksson. Dawson up from the back. So is Kirikes. Soldado is at the far post. Dembele at the near post. A couple of blue shirts lurking on the edge. Here's Eriksson in towards Dembele. It's headed into the air. Soldado trying to bring it down. It's away by J. Rodriguez. Lamela checking after it in the right wing position. Across goes Lovren and manages to shepherd it clear to halfway. But Tottenham very quickly have it back. We played 22.5 minutes on TalkSport. It is Southampton 1, Tottenham 0. Adebayor chests it down, brings it into Sigurdsson's path. Soldado goes down under a challenge from Danny Fox, edge of the area. Referee shakes his head, plays on. Soldado gingerly getting to his feet. Tim Sherwood looking rather pensive on the near touchline. All back to Dembele, across to Rose, and then collected by Jack Cork in the centre of midfield. Good effort by Southampton to win it back. Cork tries to go past Eriksson. That breaks down, and Tottenham have possession once again. And Rose has then been dispossessed by Lambert in the left full-back position. He's looking to bring Rodriguez into play. Lallana brings it to Rodriguez, who shoots towards the far corner, and it's only just a foot over the top of the crossbar. Another mistake by Spurs at the back, which left them in serious trouble. Lambert across the 18-yard line, finding Lallana, who spotted Rodriguez, who was at the far post, and he almost made it 2-0 Southampton.
Bit of ring rustiness from Danny Rose there in the left back position, dawdling on the ball. He's got his head up, he wants to play to Adebayor in the left channel. It's not on. By the time he'd gone to play the ball, Ricky Lambert had nicked it off him. What a wonderful first touch though by Adam Lallana. You've got Lambert to the right of the 18-yard box. He plays it in one touch, and Lallana, without even looking, continues the pass to the left-hand side of the D for J. Rodriguez. Should have taken it in his stride. Should have got his head over the ball, been a bit more aggressive. Got the shot on target instead of trying to curl it into the top left-hand corner. Southampton offensively, when they're being attacked, particularly with runners on the ball, Lallana, Rodriguez and Lambert, they're looking very flaky at the moment.
Ball out on this near touchline. And it's away for a Southampton throw. Chambers into Davis. Davis chips the ball in towards the near post. Stopped by Kirikes. Won by Lambert inside the area. Referee says play on. There were a couple of shouts for handball. Lamela wins it. Gives it to Adebayor. A chance for a counter-attack here. He opens up his long rangy legs and sends it left. Soldado is being asked a lot of, and he's got there. Soldado on this near side. A yard in from the touchline. Right footed cross. Looking for Adebayor, who gets the return. Oh, what a goal from Emmanuel Adebayor. 10 seconds prior to that, the Southampton fans were cheering him for his crossfield ball. 2 passes later, he'd stuck the ball in the back of the net. Have they, says the Southampton fans. It's Southampton 1, Adebayor 1.
Super counter-attack from Spurs. Didn't see that coming. He drives to the heart of the Southampton defence. Pops the ball out to the left-hand side. He thought he was out for a moment, but he just carries on his run. From the middle of the Southampton half, when he pops the ball off to the left, he just continues in a straight line, gets to the far post, absolutely on the money with a cross, gets in between 2 Southampton defenders and sticks out that long leg. 1-1.
Really good finish, actually. Excellent ball from Soldado from the right-hand side too, shaped in towards the far post. And Adebayor, who was getting Barrett because he looked initially to have stretched the play far too far for Soldado, but Soldado didn't give it up, kept it in, turned the ball back into the Togo International. He finished, and now it's a very different game. Southampton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. And don't forget, you can see that goal on all of today's Premier League goals with Sunplus Goals, the sponsors of Goal Reports on TalkSport.
Well, that's a proper, simple striker's goal. And again, for people that like inverted wingers, there's a little poke in the eye there for you. Cross, striker gets in box, goal.
Well, Callum Chambers just taken a whack from Chiriches on the sort of left fullback area as Tottenham look at it. He was attacking the goal away to our right, and he tried to get the cross in. Just as he released the ball, Chiriches went steaming into him. Referee didn't give anything, and the ball is out of play and away for a turn on the far side now.
I think the irony is that it's taken a Spurs striker to put in a winger quality cross. They've got Lamela, club record. They've got Lennon, England international. They've got Townsend, England international. It's taken Roberto Soldado, a central striker, to put in the kind of cross that takes one to no one, in other words.
Well, Danny Fox now has a free kick, 10 yards inside Tottenham territory, flips it to the back post, away by Adebayor. The ball breaks into the right wing position. Davis is chasing. Dembele is out there too. He plays it against the shins of the Northern Ireland captain, and it's out of play and away for a throw. Well, what a good start we've had to the game here. Could go anywhere, couldn't it? And here are the latest odds from TalkSport's official Sunday exclusive betting partner Betfair. Saints 13-8 to win the game now, 9-5 the draw. Spurs 19-10 to grab all 3 points. And remember, cash out from Betfair lets you change your mind during the match. You can go to betfair.com or download the app and try it today. Well, that goal was all down to the running and then the finish of Adebayor. Excellent work by him. And that's 2 starts, 2 goals. Cracking atmosphere here on the south coast. Southampton fans in fine voice, the Tottenham fans joining in too. They both use this song, don't they? Just the odd change of word. Here's Chiriches, 10 yards from the edge of his own penalty area, trying to get Tottenham on the front foot. Long, high ball, which drops inside the centre circle onto the head of Højbjerg. Forward again by Dawson, looking for Adebayor. Schneiderlin, nodding it down. Finds Rodriguez, forward by Davis, asking a lot of Schneiderlin. Dawson, under a little bit of pressure, since his goalkeeper comes darting off his eye, collecting it and clearing it away. It's a little bit of a problem for Adebayor here. Just raised his arm inside the centre circle. I don't know if he took a whack going up for that high ball. I think it might have been actually before that. The Spurs physio is coming on to a 10-2 here. Roberto Soldado just having a word on this near touchline with Stefan Freund. He didn't injure himself when he dived in at that far post and volleyed the ball home across Paolo Gazzaniga. It's only his 2nd goal of the campaign, but 2 in 5 days. Really good stretch and volley on his right foot. Emmanuel Adebayor just receiving a bit of attention, and that's given the opportunity for the Saints players to have a little bit of a conflab.
Well, Spurs and Tim Sherwood in particular will be thinking every time they get the ball into Adebayor's feet and getting good support, they look like a threat on the counter-attack. And that's, again, what we've seen plenty of this season, particularly up at Sunderland early on when we did that commentary. But when Southampton are getting the ball, and they particularly from the halfway line to midway through the Spurs half, and they're running at them, you've got players like Michael Dawson and Chiriches and Rose and Walker at the moment, they don't know whether to drop off and let players run at them or go and engage them. So Spurs have to sort that one out. That's one of the problems of playing obviously two in midfield, two orthodox midfielders, is that you've only got two as opposed to two midfielders and then a defensive midfielder, or an attacking midfielder and two defensive midfielders to be presented with. But that's the system that Spurs have gone with today.
From midday, by the way, on Boxing Day, Adrian Durham will be round the grounds, live on Matchday Live. Live football, by the way, next Saturday for you. Cardiff against Sunderland. That's on Saturday night. That could be an absolutely huge game. It could be somebody in charge. I do hope that's not the case, but I've got a horrible feeling that it is. And then on Sunday, just a small matter of Newcastle versus Arsenal. That's going to be a cracking weekend of live football here on Talk Sport. And by the way, if you do us a favour next weekend, after about 8 o'clock to about 10 o'clock the next morning, if you just clear the road for me and Stan so we can get from one end of Wales to the other end of England, that'd be cracking. Here is Eriksson in front of Schneiderlin, trying to play the ball square to Soldado, tucked away by Fox towards the near touchline, collected by Lambert, and Southampton are in possession again. 1-1 the score with 15 minutes to go before the break here on Talk Sport. Here's Lallana cutting in from the right hand side into the centre, running into Rose. Rose gives away a free kick. Chris Boy pointing towards the goal away to our right. The wind really whipping up inside St Mary's over the last few minutes.
Lallana's been superb in this half. He's been everywhere. When you want an attacking midfielder or a wide man, you want them, particularly you can tell when they're confident, when they pop up on the left, central, on the right. And he's only a little lad, he's not the biggest, but his body strength is very good. Make sure he makes it very difficult to get the ball off him.
Davis towards Hoyveld, headed out by Tottenham, won by Lamella. He then gives away a free kick on the left side. Lovren was chasing him and he pulled him to the floor. And the free kick is given about 10 yards in from the left touchline, and we're talking midway inside the Spurs half. It gives an opportunity for the likes of Lovren and Hoyveld to get back up inside the area and attack this set piece once again. They go short to the left, and Fox, who's got a good wide delivery, gets it onto his left foot, produces a delivery towards the far post, stays in. Hoyveld chases, keeps it in, and then recycles it with a volley towards the edge of the area, away by Dembele. Lallana ratting around Eriksson, not allowing him to clear. They eventually give the ball away. Lallana took a little knock, and it's up towards halfway, and Soldado, who made the first goal for Adebayor, the equaliser. He goes down under pressure from it's Callum Chambers, who's straight over from right fullback over into the sort of left fullback position to bring him down. He does, and a free kick is given to Tottenham Hotspur, attacking a goal the way to our left. Adebayor sees a kick off the turf. This time he can't keep it in, and the supporters give him a little bit of the bird, and he turns around and giggles at them back.
A bit laziness though, wasn't it, from Adebayor? Big long racing diagonal right to left. He feels it's going to bounce and hold up for him near the left-hand corner flag, and it just scoots out.
I wonder if it's laziness or tiredness. I mean, he's been working quite hard today, and he's only played 60 minutes of proper football really all season. He's had a little spell, didn't he, against Manchester City when we were up.
Look, we know he's a massive handful. When you play him correctly,
and when he's in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, and you have somebody. I don't think he's a great player when he has to play alone, 4-0 alone. But I think there are many strikers that are not. He's dovetailing quite well at the moment with Soldado. Again, Soldado looks nice and sharp. Both playing well with their back to goal, Sam. I think it makes a massive difference. It's the one area that you know is going to virtually guarantee if you can get these guys in the game, you're going to win games. But the area that soon gets the call when a manager thinks, you know what, I'm going to take a striker out of the lineup, I'm going to put an extra defensive midfielder instead.
Southampton 1. Tottenham 1 on TalkSport with Sky Sports. You can watch all 6 Sky Sports channels wherever you are with Sky Go. Southampton, who started the game really well, have always looked a threat whenever they've come forward. Just to come to a bit of Tottenham pressure in the last few moments or so. And the goal has really given Soldado and Adebayor a little bit of the bit between their teeth. Here is Adebayor down the right once again, looking for Walker. Walker low crossing towards the near post, comes back to Sigurdsson, who strikes, takes a deflection and goes behind and away for a corner. Good chance for Spurs.
Well, it seems to be at the moment that Soldado is doing most of his good work in wide positions, isn't it? He puts the crossing from the left-hand side for the goal for Adebayor, and then it's good play between him and Kyle Walker down the right-hand side, and again the ball is fizzed in. Loads of Southampton traffic around the 6-yard box. And Christian Eriksen manages to get the strike, but deflected out for a corner.
Ericsson with the corner from this near side, in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Flat by Gazaniga. The ball breaks on the edge of the area, picked up by Davis, and now a chance for a counter-attack for Southampton. Rodriguez tucks it away from Walker. Walker outpaces him. And there was a couple of sort of arms that were flailing around between Walker and Rodriguez. I don't think it was a foul, and the referee duly didn't give one. 1-1 the score. Ericsson on this near side, juggling with the ball, trying to keep it in. The ball actually from the clearance of Norris just held up in the wind as it came towards halfway. Ericsson forward again, away by Lovren, who's 10 yards inside his own half. Lallana, back to Davis, back to Lallana, over the top for Rodriguez, offside flag goes up.
A little scoop over the top again, just showing Spurs' potential frailties. At least one of either Ricky Lambert or Jay Rodriguez is playing on the shoulder of Michael Dawson and Vlad Kidikis. One of the reasons why Spurs have been so good in counter-attacks is because the central defenders are not scared to play a high line.
Here is Adebayor chasing. Offside flag is up on the far side from Southampton's point of view, so they'll have a free kick. Tottenham aren't playing, Tottenham have been criticised for playing too high a line under Andre Villas-Boas.
You've got to have the players that are confident enough and quick enough to be able to do it. There have been many teams that have done it and done it successfully, because it allows you to play in the opponent's half and squeeze up very tight and rat around and be within touching distance of opposition players. But you've got to have players that are confident enough and read the game well enough to be able to do it, because it's a gamble, it's a risk. I used to love players that were playing centre halves that would play up to the halfway line. Just know one ball over the top, you're in.
Well, you had the pace to be able to get onto it.
Well, so has Ricky Lambert and Jay Rodriguez.
Yeah,
but you can still have relatively slow centre defenders that, if they know it's coming, can read the game well enough to get into a position to be even against quick centre forwards.
So are we saying that the Spurs don't have that?
I think they're not confident at the moment. I think that they haven't scored enough goals to be able to warrant the midfield and back four saying, you know what, fellas, we're confident, we're going to pop the ball around. I mean, just look at Liverpool last week. I mean, it's embarrassing at times with Suarez.
Here on the right side, the ball is collected by Chambers. He slashes it into Rose. A shout for handball isn't given. Soldado, Lamella, and then a triangle of him and Adebayor sends the ball out towards his left-hand side. Space for Ericsson now on the right. If they can use it, they do. And Ericsson, the Dane, sprints into the right wing position, produces a cross. Adebayor arriving. Lovren with the header away. Comes down as far as Dembele. Dembele tries to bring the ball down, then loses out to Ricky Lambert. I don't think that was a foul by Lambert, but the referee has given it. And Lambert furious. And so is Schneidlin.
Let's have a look at it again. Ricky Lambert just goes into a challenge.
It's just 50-50 shoulder bars, isn't it?
Right in front of the referee as well. So if they were to score from this one, fully 30 yards out, I think there'd be one or two Southampton players that would rightly not be happy at all.
But Dembele just looked as if he's taken quite a hefty blow somehow, whether it's the way he fell or whether it was the impact of Lambert's challenge. Either way, there is a free kick which is about 17 yards from the edge of the area. It's just a shade left of centre. And Carl Walker, who scored a free kick against Manchester United on our last visit to White Hart Lane, will take it. Ericsson is there too. Might have a say. Nasir Chadley warming up down in front of us, so is Lewis Holtby. They're barely coming off the pitch to receive some attention. James Ward-Prowse warming up for Southampton down in front of us as well as we approach half-time. We've got 7 minutes to go. Ericsson and Walker stand up. It's Ericsson who'll hit it straight into the wall. That was dreadful free kick.
Didn't have any power, didn't have any height. Straight into the wall around it.
Comes back to Adebayor into the box, tries a volley, blocked by Davis, and then cleared away. Davis picks it up, tries to feed court. That's a late challenge by Sigurdsson. And that's going to be the first yellow card of the game.
Yeah, I think I'm rightly so. There's been one or two little niggles now, and it's punctuating the game. It's been a very good game, actually. Spurs have been decent on the counter-attack. Southampton probably had the lion's share of possession. Get the ball down and keep playing. We don't want these punctuations in play, because it makes for an awful spectacle. Players can't get into their rhythm. So it's good for the referee to finally pull a card out and say, enough's enough, fellas. Gary Lineker's just tweeted. Adebayor has rediscovered his form. Anyone would think the transfer window was about to open. Classic. It's about right, though. So somebody will offer to pay his 100 and something odd thousand wages for another season or two if Tim Sherwood or whoever new manager doesn't fancy him.
I doubt it, Dan. I mean, Manchester City have had to pay a huge whack to get him off of their
You'll
books.
find he'll get a club somewhere. It'll be in Milan or a Juve or something like that.
Whether they pay all of his wages or not is another matter. Here is Dawson back to Kirikes. Kirikes forward to Chadley, to Dembele. Dembele's lost the ball in the centre of midfield. It's collected by Kirikes. Kirikes sends a diagonal ball out towards the far side with Lamela, the Italian, is bringing it down, taking it towards the right edge of the penalty area. He sends the ball into Soldado, but there was enough contact on that from Schneiderlin just to take it away from the Spaniard. And on the edge of the Southampton penalty area, they clear. Tottenham get it back again. Lamela's offside as he goes beyond Hoiberg. There were 3 blue shirts who didn't anticipate that ball coming back quick enough. And actually, I wonder whether or not they were being a little bit guilty of being a little bit complacent there, Spurs, because if 1 or 2 of them had got back on side, there was a chance.
You just have to take gambles, don't you, around the attacking unit? I mean, Adebayor won't take that kind of gamble. He's going to wait for it to come to him. But Soldado certainly did, and he looked along the line. Well, actually, the liner was behind him.
Here's Chambers down the right side, looking for a chance to cross the ball into the Tottenham penalty area. He's deep inside of the Dembele combined with Lallana. It's just behind Chambers as he tries to get in the air. And again, Tottenham guilty of just dawdling inside their own final third, which almost caused them problems. 1-1 the score. We've got 5 minutes to go. You're listening to TalkSport and we're live here on the edge of the South Coast. Did I say Lamela was Italian a few moments ago? He's Argentinian, of course. He fell out with Daniel Svaldo, the Italian forward, when they were both at Roma in Serie A, because Lamela refused to pass on the ball in a game against Udinese. So in the dressing room afterwards, Osvaldo slapped him in the face and said to him, "We're not a River Plate now, son. When I want the ball, you give it to me." To which Lamela replied, "Shut up. You're not Maradona." 1-1. Here's Danny Fox over on the left-hand side. Sagan is telling me that neither is Lamela. Here is Dembele out towards his left-hand side and Rose. Of course, a lot of question marks have been raised about why they paid £30 million for him. He would have been under Franco Baldini at Roma last season or a season or so ago. And he may not have hit the heights yet, but he's only 21 years of age. It might take him a little bit of time to find his way in English football. Scored 15 goals in Serie A last year. Here's Walker into the area, hits it against Fox. Did it come off his hand? No, goes out for a throw. Lamela lurking on the edge of the 18-yard box, waiting for it. Walker throws the ball at Danny Fox, cleared away from the left fullback position. And Dawson wins a header with Lambert. The ball bounces loose inside the Southampton half. Rodriguez forward. David, despite Rodriguez seeming to be fouled, the referee plays advantage, and then when they lose at Southampton, the referee brings it back. Southampton 1, Tottenham 1 on TalkSport with Sky Sports. Watch all 6 Sky Sports channels wherever you are with Sky Go.
Well, certainly from a Spurs perspective, Tim Sherwood and Les Ferdinand can go in and say, well, the attacking unit is working quite well. I mean, Eriksen is trying to get into positions in support of Emmanuel Adebayor and Soldado. Haven't been great in wide positions, getting crosses in the box. I mean, it's Soldado that got the cross in for the goal, and we've seen Soldado's movement down the right-hand side, creating a nuisance for himself. A couple of half chances created by Kyle Walker down the right, so that needs a little bit more development with Sigurdsson and with Lamela. From a Southampton perspective, I think they need to go up another couple of gears and ask more questions of this Spurs back line. Like I say, Spurs quite happy to defend up to the halfway line. A couple of more longer raking balls over the top and they're in. And with Lallana, Rodriguez, Chambers down this right-hand side.
Chambers has got the better of Rose. He's going to the right-wing position. He's just taken the ball over the touchline and out and away for a goal kick, I think. He's got beyond Danny Rose down that right-hand side. Now, I'm not sure whether or not he's been penalised for the foul, whether he took the ball over the
line in front of the Spurs fans. But he's done that 6 or 7 times. I mean, you can see another youngster, Callum Chambers, that's more than willing
18
to make, those kind of long bursting runs forward, knowing he's up against, Gylfi Sigurdsson and Danny Rose, that the door might be open if he leaves his right full-back berth, but no fear at all. Very good runs forward. Just probably needs a little bit more end product. but that's going to come. 18 years of age.
They've got a great academy down at Southampton, pulling people in from all sorts of places. Luke Shaw coming from Kingston upon Thames. They pulled Callum Chambers, brought up in Petersfield, who's on the other side of Hampshire. It's probably Pompey territory, really, but such is the work that they do. I remember Mark Chamberlain telling me, you know, he's a former Portsmouth man, of course. He said the best place for his son, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, was going to be at the Southampton Academy. They've always seemed to do things right in the sort of youth football arena. Well, the foul on Danny Fox over on the far side, it looks to have a little bit of an issue. Lamella was the man who committed that on halfway. Not really much going on. Referee's now stopped the game. And given the free kick on halfway, it was quite late from Lamella.
Yeah, it was a little bit naughty. Just has a little bite at Rodriguez there on that right-hand side.
Free kick taken. Lallana now trying to strip his way into the area. Goes beyond Carl Walker. And there was some chance that he'd won a corner kick. He hadn't. It goes out of play and away for a goal kick off of the England man.
Well, Ali on Twitter says ridiculous in terms of Emmanuel Adebayor. Juventus have Tevez and Llorente. Milan don't need Adebayor. You might be right on the first point, but I could have swore the last time I looked at the Serie A table that AC Milan were 5 points off the relegation places, so maybe they do actually need a Emmanuel Adebayor type figure to play alongside the special one.
3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half, in which Southampton took the lead through Adam Lallana and then were pegged back by Emmanuel Adebayor, who scored his second goal in 2 starts and looks like a renewed character. Over on the far side to the left, Jay Rodriguez has the ball. He tries to cut in from that far side to the left, it will go down the play and it's away for a Southampton throw, although Lamella seemed to, for a moment there, think it was a Tottenham throw-in. Here's Ricky Lambert, 10 yards outside the Tottenham penalty area, back to goal, helps it into Snyderlin's path. He tries a crossfield pass which goes straight to Emmanuel Adebayor. He's closed down immediately by Steve Davis. The ball ricochets out of play and goes away for a throw. How would you sum up the first half, Stan?
I think that Spurs defensively there are still issues there, but that's kind of it's ABB's trait really, that he wanted them to defend a high line. They are going to get caught out several times this season, no doubt about that.
Here's Lambert looking for Lallana again, who's gone beyond the last defender. Goalkeeper comes rushing out and grabs the ball just in front of the England man.
Just goes to prove my point, but if you sit back, which is what they did against Crystal Palace in some of the early games that we saw, and the back four was defending its own edge of the 18-yard box, then you're looking at Adebayor and Soldado around the halfway line, and Spurs were too slow to be able to break teams down. So you have to push the back four up to be able to then have Spurs attacking midfielders and strikers in the attacking part of the pitch. And the attack, so I'll give 5 out of 10 for the defending. I'll give a solid 7.5 out of 10 for the attacking. And for Southampton, when they've been under the cosh a little bit, they've done very well. They've been quite functional. They've put balls into the channels for a traditional British centre forward in Ricky Lambert. Got lots of support in and around him. And when they've had good spells in the game, they've got the ball down and passed 5-10-yard passes and been very good.
Spurs have been a little bit direct as well at times, haven't they? They haven't been afraid to send a long diagonal ball into the Southampton half and let Adebayor or Soldado chase it. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about playing the Tottenham way, but Tim Sherwood in his press conference this week did say, look, there is only one way in football, it's the winning way. And you have to win football matches. At the moment, this one's finely balanced at 1 apiece. He's out of play on this near side to right, with Southampton on the front foot, taking the ball towards Callum Chambers. He delivers across. It's behind Lambert, runs through the other side of the penalty area. Fox, who's recovered from his injury, is dispossessed by Walker as he tries to take it on. And the referee blows the half-time whistle. Well, it was always going to be a difficult place for Tim Sherwood to come. Just 1 defeat at home all season here at St Mary's for Southampton. But after succumbing to Adam Lallana's great strike early on in the game, Spurs grafted their way back in it, and Emmanuel Adebayor got his second in 2 games. At the break, it's Southampton 1, Tottenham 1. Well, it's still 0-0, and we played 10 seconds of the second half, and it's 1-1, and we played 10 seconds of the second half. And Soldado, attacking the goal away to our right, sees the ball drop in front of him. It's cleared away by Josh Hoivel. I'll run through the 2 11s for you in just a second. Ball breaks loose on halfway. It's collected by Rose, delivers across towards the far post, headed into the air by Fox, drops on the chest of Eriksson, and then it's cleared, collected by Lallana, who scored the first goal, and Lallana playing it back towards the right back Chambers before trying to spin past Dembele, who fouls him, and a free kick is given. So here is the 2-11s for you. Starting with the home team, Southampton, all in red and shooting from right to left in the second half. Gazaniga, Chambers, Lovren, Højbjerg and Fox. Cork, Schneider and Davis in the engine room, with Lallana, Lambert and Rodriguez as the attacking trident. For Tottenham, Lloris is the goalkeeper, Walker, Dawson, Kirikes and Rose the back four. Dembele holds in midfield, with Lamela on the right, Sigurdsson on the left and Eriksson just behind Soldado, and Emmanuel Adebayor, who scored the equaliser. And it was a really good finish actually, after he'd asked a hell of a lot of Soldado down the left-hand side. He produced a decent effort to get the ball into the back post, and squeezing between two defenders was Adebayor to make it one apiece, and that's where we are. Jack Cork just getting in front of the Togolese on halfway, wins it back, then it's given away by Chambers, and Tottenham have it once again. I think really the game was there for the taking for Southampton at one point when Rodriguez went through just after Lallana had put them in front. If it managed to score that and put Southampton into a 2-0 lead, it might have been very difficult for Tottenham to get back into the game. They left a little window open for them and Tottenham exploited that.
I think that neither back four, to be fair, Sam, are particularly confident at the moment, are they? And both defending as high a line as they possibly can, knowing that means that their attacking midfielders and strikers are more in touch and more in tune with the game.
Here's Adebayor setting the ball down the left side, chasing into the area, getting a cross in, cleared away by Højbjerg, then collected to 15 yards back by Eriksson. Eriksson to Rose. Rose being shackled by Lallana, manages to keep hold of the ball, finds Dembele. Cork is there trying to win it for Southampton. He does win it for Southampton. Rodriguez collides with Schneiderlin, but still Southampton have the ball despite that bit of misfortune. It's angled out to the left looking for Lambert, who rises, but it goes over his head, and it's out for a Tottenham Hotspur throw. So 1-1 the score. You're listening to Talk Sport. We're all back in our seats now. Well, a few actually just keep coming up the stairs. And we're looking forward to an exciting second half here. Two teams that have got a lot of skill in their ranks, but two teams that just been lacking a little bit in confidence, which has stopped the flow a little bit. All clipped down the right, looking for Lambert. Offside flag is up.
Just wonder if there might be a substitution. Moussa Dembele's down, holding his foot around the centre circle. Les Ferdinand's already given him the shout. A couple of the substitutes, it looks as if one is going to come on for sure.
Could be Etienne Capoue, who would come in and replace him in that sort of anchor midfield role. He's been playing at centre half for the last 4 games because of the injuries they've had to the Tongan. The Kirikes is back now, obviously had a bit of a knee problem, didn't they? Dawson suspension, and Capoue, who's been out for quite some time with a thigh injury, and it is indeed a change that's going to take place. And in fact, he's not going to turn to Etienne Capoue, but instead he's going to turn to someone who he spent time with in the under-21s, and that's Nabil Bentaleb, who's come with us on a couple of European away trips. Nabil Bentaleb, he is a midfielder by trade, plays for the under-21 team, the development squad, and has been in and around the first team squad for a little while. But the youngster will come in and fill the gap left by Moussa Dembele, and Michael Dawson just having a quick word with him as he comes on to make his Premier League debut.
This is going to be very interesting. You obviously mentioned he's one of the young starlets in the Spurs Academy. Of course, Southampton, renowned for theirs, is that with lots of experience on the bench, people like Chadley, Capoue, and Lewis Holtby decided to go for the youngster. Obviously seen a lot of him, so
trusts him, works with him on a regular basis, obviously, so I wonder if that's the reason.
Looks very much like a Moussa Dembele or a Chadley, doesn't it? Similar kind of height, similar kind of stature. Welcome to the Premier League.
See how he gets on with it. Ball sent towards the left-hand side, looking for Rose. Rose takes it in from the near touchline. Plays it down the left. Looks for Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson back heel, hoping that Rose would get there. And it's cleared by Southampton. 50 minutes on the clock. You're listening to Talk Sport. We're live at St Mary's, where it's still 1-1 between Tottenham Hotspur and Southampton. 31,445 here today. Ball still pinging around in the centre of midfield. No one taking it by the scruff of the neck. Ball nodded down by Eriksson into the right fullback position. Walker with a blind pass is easily fielded. And eventually it's cleared away upfield by Southampton. Davis trying to keep things moving, looks for Lambert, but was falling as he tried to divert the ball out towards the right wing position, and it goes easily away for Danny Rose to clear. He then gives it to Callum Chambers, and Southampton have it back again.
Very scrappy,
really scrappy
at the moment around the central portion of the pitch. Neither side can keep the ball for 6 or 7 passes that's required to get their attacking players into good positions. Just balls going astray, 5-10 yard passes. Southampton actually being uncharacteristically direct. Spurs on the counter.
Here's Lamella trying to thread the ball out towards the left channel where Soldado was breaking. They were on the counter attack there, Spurs. It was blocked by Schneidlin, came out on this near side and out for a throw on the near touchline. Kiriakis out to the left and Rose. Rose back infield to Ventilab. Going clear by Laurie all the way up straight to Danny Fox. He's given it away this time. And Fox has spotted the run on the far side to the right of Ricky Lambert. Lambert with Davis joining. Instead goes towards Lallana. Lifted over the top. Thrown down by Lallana. Can't get the shot away. Eriksson is there to take it away from him. On the edge of the area, to the dead centre of the Tottenham box. And it's out on this near side and away for a throw.
He's excellent, is he, Ricky Lambert, at spotting the pass. I mean, he's a central striker, but when he drops off, he knows that one of his midfielders is going to run beyond him. On that occasion, it was Adam Lallana to the left of the D, and he just dinks it over his head, brings it down beautifully, does Adam Lallana, just a little bit far away from his body to be able to get the strike on target.
Deep cross that right towards the far edge of the 6 yard box, which is plucked out of the sky by the Frenchman Hugo Lloris. 1-1 the score on Talk Sport, and we're live here on the south coast with Tottenham Hotspur looking to try and get all 3 points on the ball for the first time under Tim Sherwood, and Southampton, who have had a really good start to the season, really. I mean, lots of people saying that they might well do a West Brom. 22 points from their first 11 games of the season, but only 2 points from the then subsequent 5. They made a lightning start. Whether they can sustain it or not may well be tested over the next few games. They've got some important matches to come, including this one. Then they go away to Cardiff and Everton before playing Chelsea and Burnley here in the FA Cup. Ball played on the left-hand side now for Soldado. 54 on the clock, 1 apiece. Soldado looking to bring Danny Rose into play. Does so. Left edge of the area. Forward breaks fortuitously for Eriksson. Then on to Rose again. And then it's steered into his own net. At the near post by Jos Højbjerg. Oh my word. He scored a record 3 Premier League own goals last season. And he's got another one. And Spurs are in front by 2 goals to 1.
Unfortunate, poor luck from Højbjerg. Bricks, very good proactive play by Spurs down the left-hand side. Lovely 1 and 2 touch football again. It's Soldado that moves into an advanced position down the left. A couple of passes later, it's whipped hard and low across the 6 yard box. Højbjerg facing his own goal, a little side foot past his goalkeeper. And Spurs take a 2-1 lead.
Only 8 minutes of the second half gone, and Tottenham Hotspur are in front, and it owes a great deal of fortune, not only just for the goal stand, but also for the fact that down the left-hand side, as the ball was thrown into the area, there was a little nick that took it into the path of Christian Eriksson when Danny Rose attempted to square it to him. It was just a little bit off radar. Eriksson took it on, gave it back to Rose. Rose's ball was low and hard across the 6 yard area from the byline, and Højbjerg got in the way of his goalkeeper and diverted it into his own net. Southampton 1, Tottenham 2.
Crucially though, 2 players gambled, didn't they? First one was Christian Eriksson on the left-hand corner of the 18 yard box, and the second one, Danny Rose. They felt that there was a little bit of something there. It was another good run. The 2 central strikers for Spurs have been very good for giving their midfield and wide men a platform today. And it was Soldado moving down the left-hand side. You thought he might throw the cross at himself to put it in the box with his strike partner out of by or no. The cavalry arrived in the form of Eriksson and Rose, and Spurs take a 2-1 lead.
Well, then, fortune favours the brave. And Tottenham Hotspur lead by 2 goals to 1. And don't forget, you can see that goal, all of today's Premier League goals with Sun Plus goals. The sponsors of goal reports on Talk Sport. Jos Højbjerg, 3 own goals last season, a Premier League record, and 1 today in front of the Tottenham fans, who were delighted away to our right, who were starting to sing their version of When the Saints Go Marching In. Away to our right-hand side, Southampton just trying to recover their poise?
Really good question being asked on Twitter by Emmanuel Malone. Is there anything different from Soldado's play now that ABB has gone, yes, he's moving to the left and right much more often?
Cork delivers a cross in towards the near post, cut out by Walker, and it's out for a Fox actually delivers the cross in. It's away by Walker and out for a corner kick. It is the first Southampton corner.
Well, it's a test now. Because they've got 3 big games themselves coming up, 2 away, Cardiff and Everton, and then Chelsea at home here at Southampton. So it could be a very tricky Christmas spell.
Davis delivers the ball towards the centre of the 6-yard box, headed into the air by Walker, further cleared by Dawson. Soldado coming back to help out, but Smartling does very well indeed to just retrieve it, give it back to Chambers, who diverts it towards the edge of the Tottenham penalty area and cleared away. You mentioned about Roberto Soldado. I wonder though, Stan, you say, you know, he's playing more to the left or right, but that's got a lot, hasn't it, to do with the fact that he's got a strike partner and the whole responsibility of going out and scoring goals and leading the line isn't down to him.
Yes.
So he can move out into the channel.
I completely agree. Well, what I'm saying was that when he's playing as a 1, I mean, hey, if you're playing as a central striker on your own and you've got 3 behind you, you can still move to the left or right, where he was playing within the width of the 18-yard box. I believe ABB said, that's where you're going to score your goals, get in the box and we'll get the supply line. The supply line didn't come. But his play all around today, particularly down the left-hand side, has been very good. A sort of half assist, if you like, for the second goal and a direct assist for the first goal. So he will feel more involved in the set-up of goals and chances and getting more ball. He'll certainly be involved more in the play, Roberto Soldado, and he's on his toes a little bit more, looks a lot more confident.
Davis for Southampton in the centre of the midfield, moves the ball out wide, the right full-back Callum Chambers, who I think actually gave up on that ball from Soldado, from Adebayor, which led to the equalising goal in the first half. He thought that Adebayor's delivery to Soldado was going to run out of play, it didn't. Adebayor ended up nipping in between 2 central defenders to score the equaliser after Soldado had kept it in. Ball sent out towards this near side of Danny Fox, miscontrolled by Rodriguez, collected by Lamella. Lamella plays a 1-2 with Soldado on halfway, then tries to skip in between Cork and Schneidlin, just loses the ball momentarily, and Hoyveld sends it back to his goalkeeper, careful. Finds Gazaniga and they clear.
They haven't had the intensity, have they, Southampton, of early on in the season. You can see that they're trying to do the right things, but just perhaps getting caught out, maybe taking an extra split second to try and find a pass. The passes aren't as sure.
Here's Lallana, who's been sent through. He squares the ball to the edge of the area. Lambert's got an open goal to roll the betting through from 18 yards out, and Tottenham falls to pieces at the back again. What is it about this Tottenham Hotspur back line? A simple clearance would have sufficed. They didn't do that. It was put towards the edge of the area. Lallana was causing problems for Walker. Walker messed up. The ball ended up on the edge of the box. Lambert was waiting, and he just rolled it into an empty goal, and now it's Southampton 2. Tottenham 2.
The high line again from Spurs, just can't get them out of trouble at the moment, can he? Lovely play to the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, and that's a world-class ball from Adam Lallana. He knows exactly that he's got Lambert on the edge of the D. He knows exactly where he wants to play the pass and just presents the England striker with the simplest of tap-ins. But they have absolutely carved open that high line of Tottenham Hotspur. You thought for a minute that the passing just wasn't working from Southampton, that Spurs were going to grow in confidence. No. Southampton back on level terms. 2-2 live on Talk Sports.
4 goals, and now the ball given away again. Davis charging forward down the right, looking for Lambert, can't get there. Away towards Bentaleb, who gets it up towards halfway, and Southampton managed to just hold off the charge of Tottenham Hotspur, who are coming forward. Bentaleb tries to go on the outside, brilliant little shimmy past Jack Cork, and it's cleared away. Nasser Chandi has come on for Tottenham Hotspur. Eric Lamella is the man who's departed, and Chadley coming on this right-hand side. Well, that happened during the celebrations of the Ricky Lambert goal. Lambert, who's managed 5 goals this season, that's his 20th Premier League goal of his career. I don't think he would have scored an easier one than that, Stan.
But it was put on an absolute plate for him. Adam Lallana, for the movement to move into the right-hand channel, he's one thing. Loris has made his mind up for him in some respects, because Lallana's...
Has he come too far?
He has, because Lallana gets to the right-hand side of the 18-yard box and he's presented with a goalkeeper. He's got two choices. He pops it down to Lloris's left hand and tries to score, or he just does a clever little reverse pass in the hope that he can see a red shirt of Ricky Lambert in front of him. That's exactly what he did.
Here's Adebayor, played him down the right side, chatting with a beautiful ball. What a stop that is from Gazaniga. He does come darting off his line. He does get there, and he does prevent Adebayor from putting Tottenham back in front. Excellent save by the Argentine. Wonderful ball down the right, curling ball down the right, from almost just over the halfway line by Cassius Shadley. He got in behind Danny Fox. Across went Adebayor to lash onto the end of it. Goalkeeper was out smartly. Good save.
Hoeveld was treading in treacle then. He tried to make a run. Ball just played in between the right-hand corner of the 18-yard box and the right-hand side of the D. And it's a straight race, and Hoeveld looked as if he'd ball looked lame at one point. Yeah. Well, completely outpaced by Emmanuel Adebayor.
The pace of the game is just up an extra notch. It's Southampton 2, Tottenham 2 on TalkSport with Sky Sports. You're watching all 6 Sky Sports channels wherever you are with Sky Go. And down on the near touchline, James Ward-Prowse, free kick specialist, and excellent crosser of the ball is about to come on for Southampton, who see Morgan Steinman chase into the left full-back position, get in front of Carl Walker and knock out of play. So the game on our hands now.
You have to say that for Hugo Lloris, he's just put his hands on his hips and then thrown them to the side as Southampton about to make a substitution. He knows he came out far too late in the day to try and close down Adam Lallana. He needs to come out either much quicker and go through him, force him a penalty, or stay on his line and let their defenders deal with it.
Here's James Ward-Prowse coming on to replace Jack Cork as Tottenham go on the offensive down the right-hand side.
Good ball player as well. Ward-Prowse, of course, can dink little balls over the top from 20, 30, 35 yards. Might get a little chance to goal.
An opportunity for Adebayor to take it home again. And he does. Ball in from Walker on this right-hand side. Mistakes from Southampton. All at sea. And Tottenham take advantage. Well, what was Southampton doing there? Emmanuel Adebayor is dancing in front of the Spurs fans. It's another big contribution from him. Ball thrown in down the right side. They didn't even clear it properly. There were 4 or 5 Southampton players around Emmanuel Adebayor when he gets it on the edge of the 6-yard box from the throw-in. I think maybe it's the combination of Hoeveld and Rodriguez who come together.
Shocker.
It breaks to Adebayor and he just lashes it home.
I mean, that's a throw-in virtually level with the goal line, where every Southampton defender, from left back to right back, with the central defenders in between and the midfielders in good positions in the 18-yard box. Adebayor's had a clear run. The throwing goes over everybody. Hoeveld is having an absolute nightmare of a game at the moment. His decision making is all over the place. He's looking slow and pedestrian, and you cannot give players of the undoubted quality of Soldado and particularly Adebayor today that kind of time and space. They will score, they will punish you. 3-2 Spurs.
Well, it's goal crazy here today. Spurs lead by 3 goals to 2, and more Southampton defending that has really gone to pot over the last few weeks. I mean, I just cannot believe the number of good goals they've conceded when you think at one stage they were the second best defence in Europe. Here's Danny Fox on the left-hand side, down by the byline, trying to get across it. That ball has already gone out of play, and away for a goal kick away to our left-hand side. It's an opportunity for Tottenham just to reset and reorganise. Just see Michael Dawson coming over to Carl Walker and just having a quick word in his ear. Maurizio Pochettino going out of his technical area just to have a quick word with 1 or 2. Might make a couple of changes himself again in just a few seconds.
Well, you feel for both sets of strikers today in one way, because they both can go on and fill their boots for some great attacking play.
Roberto Soldado into the area, right-footed shot, drags it well wide. Well, again, it was just one ball down the right-hand channel, missed by Hoeveld. There was Soldado, took advantage, he even had time to turn and look at the linesman to see if he was onside. He was. He got into the area and he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, Gazaniga, and he dragged the shot 5 yards wide of the foot of the post.
Taxi for Hoeveld. This is a game now where he needs to take a big, deep breath, because there's a saying in football, play on whoever's playing poorly, play on Højbjerg at the minute, because every single time one long ball's going forward to Soldado and Adebayor, they look as if they can be in. Like I say, you feel a little bit sorry for the likes of Lambert and Lallana, because they're doing their level best to try and keep things on level terms. But the defending from both sides today has been absolutely woeful.
Rose comes down the left-hand side, runs into Højbjerg, leaves his foot in. They take a quick free kick. Eriksson wants to capitalise on a bit of sloppiness from Southampton. The referee doesn't allow him to do so. And the yellow card comes out from Josh Højbjerg, whose day is getting worse and worse by the minute here. 30 years of age, Dutch defender, former Celtic defender as well. I saw him last season a couple of times and thought he was out of his depth in the Premier League. Today very much looks that way. Kirikes has it at the heart of the Tottenham defence, up to Sigurdsson, who flips it round the corner, looking for Adebayor. Adebayor trying to take on the defender Lovren, who slides in and pokes the ball out of play. Missed by Bentaleb. And it's collected by Southampton up with Rodriguez, who tried to take on Dawson. Dawson came out of the central defence to get there. Good tackle by the youngster. Bentaleb once again, they win it back Spurs. Sigurdsson, and then a tackle from Schneiderlin which sees the ball down a play. Tim Sherwood furious with that. And it's down a play and away for a goal near far side of the pitch. Just wonder whether Adebayor is just getting to that stage. I know he's got 2 goals today. Getting to that stage, and we're hitting the 65th, 67th minute now. And when he's just looking to tire, looking as if he's tiring a little bit.
I wonder if there's a role for Jermaine Defoe in this. He's warming up and down the pitch, and if he can get in, as Adebayor and Soldado have done, running behind the central defenders, he might get an hat-trick with the amount of minutes that are left.
Adebayor turning, firing the ball round Højbjerg, and Chadley gets around the back of Fox, low crossing towards the far post. Soldado's there, and he just lifts it wide of the post and out for a goal kick. It was very difficult to miss that. He just threw himself full stretch of that ball in from Chadley. He got in between the centre half. He was marshalled all the way by Lovren, but he got there ahead of Gazzaniga. The ball popped off his toes into the ground and then high up over the crossbar.
That was a wonderful cross as well from Nasser Chadley down the right-hand side. Spurs growing in confidence now, as opposed to Pochettino that's going to have to do some reorganising. He's already thrown James Ward-Prowse on. He's going to roll the dice again, Sam.
Well, Gaston Ramirez has hardly played in the Premier League this season. All of his starts have come in the League Cup, but he's coming on to try and add a little bit more attacking impetus to this Southampton team. Maybe just relieve a little bit of pressure on the likes of Højbjerg and Lovren, who have come under sustained attack. And it will be he who comes on in place of Steve Davis in the heart of midfield. Here is Soldado again. This time he chips the ball into the side netting. Played round the right-hand side. Once again Chadley was involved, and Soldado missed another glorious chance.
At least he's getting in the positions. If you're a striker and you're missing one-on-ones, if you're sticking the ball into the side netting, if you're attacking the far post from a good cross from Chadley, as Soldado's done, and you just see the opportunity sliding in at the far post going over the bar, keep making the runs, it will turn. He's had a very good game, Roberto Soldado, today. There's plenty of positivity you can take from this.
Ball played out towards the left-hand side, looking for Bentaleb. Spurs in possession. They guide it all the way back to Hugo Lloris. It turned into a bit of a real end-to-end match now. Spurs definitely the favourites at this point, but they're so lackadaisical at the back. You wouldn't rule out another Southampton goal. Rodriguez bursting away down the left is adjudged to a straight offside. The latest odds from TalkSport's official Sunday exclusive betting partner Betfair says that a £25 pre-match bet on Spurs can be cashed out now for 47 quid. Tottenham 11-1 to come back and win. 27-10 the draw. Spurs 3-1 to win the game. Cash out 3-1 on to win the game. Cash out from Betfair lets you change your mind during the match. Go to betfair.com or download the app and try it today. Danny Rose over on the far side, vying for possession, loses out to Callum Chambers. Free kick is given because Rose was a little bit too aggressive. Soldado just standing, lurking with intent as Lovren prepares to take this free kick. Gaston Ramirez on for Davis, who's just allowed the ball to run over his head, chested down by Lambert, goes all the way through to Lloris. Lloris is being closed down by Rodriguez, and Kyle Walker in the right fullback position manages to smack it clear. Adebayor, who's going to outplay Højbjerg here. He turns him inside out, gets to the edge of the area, comes back to Chadley, who strikes, but it was always going wide. It was curling away from his instep from the moment that he hit it. But once again, Adebayor quite happy to prey on Jos Højbjerg, the Dutch defender.
And that's exactly the right word, Sam. They are preying on him, playing on him, making sure that every single long ball into the channel is putting down the throat of Jos Højbjerg. And Adebayor is having an absolute field day, torturing him, pulling him into positions that he doesn't want to at the moment. You've got Soldado dropping off into the number 10 hole. Spurs on the front foot now with Chadley going down the right-hand side. And the Spurs fans are very happy away to our right.
Southampton 2, Tottenham 3. You're listening to Talk Sport. We're live at St Mary's, where Tottenham Hotspur have been behind, come back to lead 2-1, suffered another aberration at the back and conceded to find themselves level again, only for Southampton to provide the Christmas gift. And now they're back in front again. Danny Fox takes the throw-in on halfway. Is there another twist in this Christmas tale? Roberto Soldado probably could have had 2 or 3.
Well, neither manager has played Scrooge, have they? Because they've both been quite happy to roll the
Lambert in towards the edge of the area, looking for Lallana, who tries to strike, blocked by Dawson. It propels to the left wing position. Rodriguez back infield to Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin looks up, sends it forward to Ramirez, tucks it round the corner for Rodriguez. Rodriguez scoops it over the top. He's looking for Schneiderlin. It's away by Rose. It comes to Fox. Fox back into the centre, tries to play a 1-2. Fox with an effort. Does it hit the hand of Dawson? Quite clearly it did. And the referee turns away, and the ball breaks to halfway, and Adebayor is chasing here. Højbjerg has sent a short header back to Gazzaniga, but the Argentine has come off his line to clear. Well, Michael Dawson surely handled, didn't he, inside the area?
I think he did, but the referee was looking through a hell of a lot of players, and the lino over on the far side, there was no sign, Sam. I looked straight over to him, no sign of his flag at all. I think there were just too many players in the way. Looked to see a replay of it. Both sets of defenders now are defending so high up the pitch. You've got to fancy one chance at least in the remainder of this game whereby one player has a clear one-on-one with a goalkeeper. At least one.
Carl Walker has just gone scything in on Jay Rodriguez on this near touchline, and that's won a free kick for Southampton. James Ward-Prowse will put the ball down and swing this into the area. Højbjerg up from the back, so is Lovran. It's aimed towards the far post. Lambert is there. Oh, punched away rather poorly by Lloris. Could have caught that. It's broken to Ramirez, the Uruguayan, who tucks it back, finds Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin with 3-4 shirts to aim out inside the area. Sends a diagonal ball into the box. That's easy for Lloris to catch.
There's a poor pass. Usually Southampton, when they've got teams where they want them, in other words, defending on the edge of their own 18-yard box, they pop around those 5 or 6 yard passes. They try and get Lallana on the ball. And Rodriguez, but it's just a long, hopeful ball into Hugo Lloris. He'll be absolutely delighted with that perhaps Southampton are running out of ideas.
28 minutes gone in the second half. Southampton 2, Tottenham 3. You're listening to Talk Sport. We are live at St Mary's. Remember, on Boxing Day, we were around the grounds with Adrian Durham throughout the course of the afternoon. And then on Saturday, Cardiff Sunderland for you here. And on Sunday, big game up at St James's Park, Newcastle against Arsenal. That's live and exclusive to national radio right here on Talk Sport. All out of play on the far side. Southampton win a throw. Danny Rose with the tackle. Goes out and away. Callum Chambers wants to get it in quickly. Lallana waiting for it. It's into Lallana, who twists, turns, twists again. Then tries to play the ball square to Ramirez, who takes it past Soldado, then loses out, wins it back again, 10 yards from the edge of the area, then tries to chip the goalkeeper, but chips the frame of the goal too, and it goes out and behind and away for a goal kick out as well there.
A decent effort by Gaston Ramirez. Starts on the right wing and he just drifts inside. He's looking, Sam, for a pass. Can he find the feet of Ricky Lambert? Can't. There's Spurs back four in good positions, all nice and touch tight to the Southampton three of Lallana, Rodriguez and Lambert, all with their back to goal. Just went for an impetuous little chip. Could he see the goalie off his line? Just. Not quite enough for to beat the French international goalkeeper.
Schneiderlin heads it away. It's collected by Dawson, who hammers it downfield. And will Tim Sherwood look at this game and think, if they do get all 3 points, thank God for that, we just got away with 3 points, or will he think there was a real opportunity here to take the game by the scruff of the neck? for Tim Sherwood.
Tim Sherwood, he'll be just delighted. I don't think he believes he's really going to get the job. So I think at the moment he can afford to send teams out and be a little bit more positive than most managers perhaps would.
Ramirez, reverse ball into Lallana. Goalkeeper comes out, makes a really good stop. Brilliant ball out towards the right-hand side. Ramirez chested it down, came infield, played a reverse pass towards the edge of the area, and he got one-on-one with Lloris, and Lloris made a really good stop.
I think the Southampton are one of the best teams from either flank when you've got wide men coming in towards either side of the 18-yard box playing reverse passes. Particularly with the likes of Adam Lallana that can play that ball all day long. Likewise, Gaston Ramirez that we just saw, and even Ricky Lambert. There must be something they're working on in training. Driving towards the left and the right of the 18-yard box. Keep coming in, can't find a pass, and then at the last minute just thread a little reverse pass through, completely bamboozles defenders. They're at their very best.
All laid out towards the right-hand side. That's Southampton in possession. 13 minutes to go before the conclusion of this game. Southampton 2, Tottenham 3 on TalkSport. With Sky Sports, with all 6 Sky Sports channels, wherever you are, with Sky Go. Well, it was a little bit too hefty this time, and now they're going to make a change. That ball from the right just drifting over the top of the head of Danny Fox. Pochettino comes out to the technical area. Phil Dowd is the 4th official, just having a final few words with Sam Gallagher, who's coming on to take the place of Danny Fox. That's going to mean a little bit of a change around. Sam Gallagher, who still only a very young man in his team, goes trotting up front to play alongside Ricky Lambert. He's a youngster who was a big part of their recent success in the Youth Cup. They knocked Pompey 7-0 out of the Youth Cup a few weeks ago, last week. He scored a hat-trick in the second half of that game, Sam Gallagher, and this is his second Premier League appearance of the season, his third appearance of the season, second in the Premier League.
Big guy as well, isn't he?
6'4".
Yeah, 6'4", got a really good physique. Certainly won't have any problems with the physical element of it. Wants to get 1 or 2 nice touches early, get balls played into his feet, that'll get confidence. Remember a certain Alan Shearer, I think, on his Southampton debut at Highbury as a teenager, scoring a hat-trick many moons ago.
Well, Tottenham taking their time over this, and the referee just pointing to his watch just to say, I'm watching you. They lead by 3 goals to 2. All lifted out towards the far left-hand side. It's dropped to Bentaleb, edge of the area, flicks it into Adebayor, who tries to get it back towards the Frenchman, can't do so. Here's Chadley right side, he drifts across towards the far post, and it's out behind by James Ward-Prowse, who nods it out for a corner to Spurs. Adebayor just saw it go over his head, and Ward-Prowse nodded it beyond the white line out for another corner.
Well, Southampton have got to chase the game late on, so there might be 1 or 2 opportunities, as we've already seen, that will develop the last man to try and keep the door locked, which he hasn't done so successfully today. Spurs could go on and get a 4th.
Corners will be taken from the far side. It's drifted in towards the near post. It comes back to Adebayor, who pokes it home. It hit a hand, did it inside the area. Referee says no. Walker out to the wide right position. Still on the attack, Tottenham here. Can't get it clear, Southampton. That's a poor delivery by Walker. Comes out to Rodriguez, can't control. Walker's got it back again. He sends it wide right, looking for Chadley and Soldado. It's Chadley who gets it. That's a good tackle by Callum Chambers. And then he out with Soldado. Excellent bit of skill to take it upfield for Southampton. Ramirez, tackled by Soldado. They've won it back, Spurs, in a dangerous area. And Chadley's bursting away. Adebayor free inside the box. He can't get the cross across to him. And Ward-Prowse intervenes. And now Southampton have the chance to clear.
So often we talk about the great parts, the great goals, the great creative pieces of the game, but you won't see 2 better challenges than what Callum Chambers made at left full back, and then get himself out of position with 2 players around him, and then Roberto Soldado goes to exactly what I said, Sam, about he's playing with confidence today. He ran back fully 30-40 yards, made a slide challenge, then played the ball with the outside of his right foot into the channel for the run of Nasser Chadley. 2 exceptional pieces of football.
Schneiderlin out to the wide right position on the far side. Southampton have it once again. They've had the ball out there more often than anywhere else. Ward-Prowse, by the way, playing at right fullback now, and Chambers coming out to left fullback after the substitution of Danny Fox, which brought Gallagher onto the field to partner Ricky Lambert up top as Southampton go in search of this equaliser. Lallana looking for Gallagher. Gallagher inside the area, shoots, but he had no real venom in the shot. He went across the goalkeeper, which was the right thing to do, but he couldn't get enough power in it to trouble Hugo Lloris.
Again, Adam Lallana playing that little threaded through ball. Would love to see a kind of heat map of how many times Southampton, from the right wing, the right corner of the 18-yard box, the right corner of the 6-yard box, have played little teasing balls for their central strikers to get on the end of. Really good strike as well. Good peel off from Gallagher. Just doesn't quite when he has a sight of Hugo Lloris. He's looking to tuck it in the right-hand post. 10 minutes to go. It's still Southampton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 3, and Tim Sherwood, who'd be delighted the way this team have attacked in this second half, but will still slightly be concerned by the amount of chances that they've conceded to. Here on the right side, Dawson into Eriksson. Eriksson gets it back to his centre-half, Kirikez. Kirikez under pressure from Gallagher, guides it all the way back to Hugo Lloris, who sweeps up at the back, takes it out of the box and sends it long down the left channel. Lovren juggles with it aerially, then nods it back to Gazzaniga. 3-2 in Tottenham's favour with 8 minutes to go. You're listening to Talk Sport. We're live here at St Mary's. Remember, lots of football to come over the festive period. We'll have a live game for you on New Year's Day as well. We'll find out tomorrow what that game is going to be. We'll either probably be here to watch Chelsea's visit, or maybe up at the Emirates, Arsenal Cardiff. There's lots of big games taking place on that day. Ball sent down the left once more. Again, Gaston Ramirez is chasing. It's too heavy. I think that a massive positive, obviously, for Spurs is that can't remember too many times they've scored 3 this season. Playing 2 up top, being bold from Tim Sherwood. There are always going to be risks with playing 2 up front and going with an orthodox midfield, because most teams now play 3. We'll always have protection in front of the back 4. So credit has to go to Tim Sherwood for being bold in his team selection. It might just be one of those moments that he looks in the eyes of the players after and says, there's the benchmark, fellas. There is still plenty for us to do, but we can be a threat. Sigurdsson sliding it through to Adebayor. It bounces into the path of Nasir Chadli. He switches the play to the left on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's Rose, and it's cleared away by Lovren, who's diving backwards on the edge of his 6-yard box to intercept as the ball comes in. Tottenham again on the counter-attack, putting Southampton in trouble. And now at the other end, Southampton trying to show that they're not finished. 7 minutes to go. 3-2 to Spurs. Ball clips towards Rodriguez, who nods it down. Dawson away. And it's up towards halfway, where it's collected by Lovren, who shoots from 45 yards out. And he really, well, I don't even know what doing that was. It almost hit the corner flag over on the far side, and it's out for a goal kick. Another change. Off comes Soldado, and on comes Jermaine Defoe. Done well today, Roberto Soldado. Lots of people on the face of things will look at it and say he hasn't scored, had 3 chances. But that's the liveliest I've seen him, and I make this our 5th or 6th commentary. So I think that he's happier playing alongside a central striker. He's giving the Spurs fans a round of applause. They're giving him one back. His best performance in a Spurs shirt for me. Well, I tell you what, he was really good when he scored a hat-trick in the Europa League against Angie Makachkalar, but in terms of his all-round team play, his contribution was incredibly significant today. And not helped out in no small part by the defending from Southampton, and a strike partner, who have been particularly helpful. I do wonder if Spurs in future games could play 3 centre-halves, 5 in midfield, get Kyle Walker as a wing-back going forward on one side. Here's Lambert from Gallagher's pass, tries to play in Lallana, forward to Ramirez. He's being chased by Bentaleb, who's nipped in front of the Uruguayan and played out wide to Chadli. Chadli onto Adebayor, who tries to go round Højbjerg. Of course he's done that. Schneiderlin is chasing. Adebayor is continuing. Schneiderlin does incredibly well and dives down the play. Well, Southampton are going to have serious problems if they keep relying on just Højbjerg to the end of the season. Yeah, I mean, in this company, he's just not good enough. Well, how many times have you seen Adebayor push the ball? It's that thing again. You don't always have to have the ball at your feet and dribble. Push the ball out of your feet 10-15 yards and go and chase after it. And in the foot race, it's been all over 6 or 7 times between Adebayor and Højbjerg. And you see Morgan Schneiderlin read the danger, read the script, had to cover round and make a very good challenge. But they are going to have issues and problems. Like I say, 2 back-to-back away games now for Southampton at Cardiff and against Everton.
However, only play, of course, because Font, I know he's on the bench, but has had serious knocks and niggles throughout the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks. 5 changes for Swansea against Everton. Their team, Tremor, Chico, Tiendali, Routledge and Boney, who come in for Vorm, Amat, Rankel, Dyer and Michu. 2 changes for Everton, Morales, McCarthy in for Osman and Delafeu. That game gets underway at 4 o'clock. Roger Hughes is there. Tottenham on the attack, down the left channel. Sigurdsson into Defoe. Defoe thwarted by Højbjerg. It's down a play and away for a throw opposite us. We'll keep you updated with that throughout. Paul Collymore here on Talk Sports starts at 4.
One of the things that Southampton have done and done well is obviously they've brought in players, marquee players. Ramirez hasn't quite worked for him yet. Osvaldo, of course, to supplement some of the youngsters they've got to go in the market for a centre half, haven't they? They've got Yoshida, not up to scratch. Lovren's the real thing. Font's injured for how long?
Well, no, he's on the bench. He's just got little niggles. There's been a foul on Lallana, 15 yards outside the area. They definitely need backup, don't they, just in case. And it's a free kick for Southampton in a dangerous position because this is, 10 yards outside the box, right of centre. So we're talking almost over on the far touchline. A chance for James Ward-Prowse, who loves to deliver from this sort of area, to whip it into the box, although Gaston Ramirez has taken charge of the situation. Maybe his left foot will cultivate something here. Lovren is up from the back. So is Højbjerg. It's into the arms of the goalkeeper. He punches it again. And again he doesn't clear it as a result. Rose manages to hack it clear. It's picked up by Ramirez, back out to Ward-Prowse. He does deliver into the box, looking for Lambert, away by Walker, chested down by Lovren, a little touch away by Chudley to take it towards halfway. Southampton get it back again, 2.5 to go, 3-2 to Spurs, ball floated into the box, up there is Højbjerg, drifts it towards the far post and it just drops between the edge of the 6-yard box and the foot of Hugo Lloris's left hand upright and floats behind and away for a goal kick.
Well, they just tried to put numbers in the box and hope that the delivery was going to be good enough to fall to a red shirt. There are actually more Southampton shirts defending a set piece or attacking a set piece than Spurs players defending it. Still couldn't get the delivery. Hate to see goalkeepers when they come out and they can just catch it, cherry pick it, just decide to do the soft option and come and punch. It wasn't even a good punch.
It was a terrible punch.
Go and catch it, Hugo Lloris. Be bold, be brave, catch it. Spin the ball out to your fullbacks, get them on their toes.
It was straight up in the air. It could have gone anywhere. It was not in control of the destination of that ball. That is a fact.
I've just, by a company that does heat maps, they've just sent me a heat map on Twitter of Adam Lallana's play. I'm just retweeting it now. And I would imagine, look, he's been all over the place to be fair, but certainly down that right-hand channel, look, making those runs diagonally into the right-hand corner of the 18-yard box. Very, very visible. Thank you very much for that. You get a follow. Maybe you can help us out with some heat maps in the future.
Here's Ramirez down the right side looking for James Ward-Prowse. He picks out Ricky Lambert beautifully, not to get behind Gallagher, and it's collected by Bentaleb, and they manage to bring the ball clear Spurs up towards halfway. Defoe has made a run. Bentaleb has gone down inside the centre circle. Chadley's continued with the ball. He's gone beyond Chambers and he's cut inside. He's got to the edge of the area here. He's poked it beyond Lovren, and then Ward-Prowse comes in to intercept on the edge of the D. Jermaine Defoe had already darted into the box, so as Chadley came square and ran across the 18-yard line, he lost control of the ball and Defoe wasn't in a position to come and rescue him. Southampton clear, 15 seconds of normal time to go. They trail by 3-2 to Tottenham Hotspur. Tim Sherwood on the cusp of his first win in charge of the team, and that gets ever closer because as the ball was delivered from the right-hand side by Ricky Lambert into the box, it's come down with Stowe on it and gone behind the goal away to our left. 5 minutes of added time at the end of this rather open and crazy second half in which Tottenham Hotspur has scored twice with the help of Jos Højbjerg on 2 occasions, and Ricky Lambert scored his 20th Premier League goal, and as a result Spurs lead by 3-2. Here's Rodriguez, on halfway. Taking the ball over, Carl Walker, poking it down the left channel. Ricky Lambert is there. Can he produce the cross? He can. It hits Michael Dawson, who's blocked it, goes behind and away for a corner. And this could be a big chance right at the end of the game for Southampton to try and get something from it. It's Southampton 2, Tottenham 3 on TalkSport with Sky Sports. You can watch all 6 Sky Sports channels wherever you are with Sky Go. James Ward-Prowse to deliver. There are 5 red shirts inside the area. They get the ball in towards the 6-yard box. Oh, Rodriguez can't control. Goalkeeper comes out, punches Lambert on the volley, hits the ground and goes over the top.
Well, they've tried, but just a little bit too late. Spurs looking a little bit leg weary. Really good delivery coming in from the right-hand side. Lloris for once comes and he's bold and he's brave at the edge of his 6-yard box. Gives that one a good punch to the edge of the 18-yard box.
Straight to Ricky Lambert.
But good enough. It wasn't one of those where he's only palmed it 2 or 3 yards and somebody's got a really good sighter on target. He's actually made Ricky Lambert think quickly. If you're going to make the shot, you've got to do it quickly because I've got a good wall of bodies in front of me. It goes high and wide. Is it too little too late for the Saints?
Chambers drifting the ball forward, looking to find Gallagher, who nods it. Well, he does it back into the path of Ramirez, but inadvertently really. Lambert goes chasing with Walker, pushes Walker in the back, gives away a free kick. That's a bit of a waste. Ricky Lambert goes to retrieve the ball. Well, Tottenham Hotspur are going to get their first win under Tim Sherwood. It will be only their 2nd win in 7 Premier League games. And they'll bounce back from defeats against West Ham and Liverpool in quick succession for the first 3 points. Under the new caretaker manager. All cleared by Hugo Lloris. Looking for Jermaine Defoe. Defoe loses out. Won by Southampton through Schneidlin. Looking for Lallana, who finds Rodriguez. He tries to shuffle his way past 2 in blue. Away by Carl Walker. Adebayor puts the ball out of play when he thought that he'd sent it off of Hoyveld, and it's away for a Southampton throw. We're into injury time. At the end of the second half here. We've played 2.5 of the 5 added minutes. Here's Adebayor on a hat-trick, trying to square the ball into Defoe. Defoe inside the area, comes off of Defoe and then into the area, and Lovren whacks it into the sky. The goalkeeper has to punch. He only gets as far as Sigurdsson, who's 5 yards back from the edge of the area. He's taken 2 defenders out of the game here by twisting. Eventually it's blocked by Lovren, and Southampton somehow smuggled it away. Here's Lallana on halfway, forward by Rose. Defoe's onside, can he chase it? Goalkeeper out to the edge of his area, he'll collect.
Just going to try and get it forward now. Might be looking at one last chance saloon for Southampton to try and get a sight of Hugo Lloris's goal. I think the Spurs overall on their performance, particularly the attacking threats, have probably just edged it in terms of the win, but I'm drooling at the thought of Adam Lallana in England shirt. He's given 5 to 6 games to bed in and feel part of England's squad and Roy Hodgson's team. I think he could create problems for international sides. His movement, his imagination, all top quality.
Hoyveld trying to clear for Southampton. Is there one more chance in this game? Maybe it'll come to Tottenham. They've won it on halfway. Adebayor floats the ball in towards the 18-yard box, overhits it, goes straight through the Gazzaniga, and he'll roll it out to James Ward-Prowse. We're in the 49th minute of the second half. Southampton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 3. They launch it forward but lose it. Bentaleb out to the wide left position, and Sigurdsson just seconds away from a victory now. Tottenham Hotspur. Goals coming from Adebayor, an own goal from Jos Hoyveld has given them all 3 points. Lallana and Lambert on the score sheet. As far as Southampton are concerned, but it hasn't been enough. Here's Lallana once again. May not be the most convincing performance by Spurs, but 3 points is all that counts. Is Eriksson in midfield winning it? He's actually played quite well in the central midfield today. And there is the full-time whistle, and Tim Sherwood gets all 3 points. Goes over towards the Tottenham fans, away to his right-hand side, and celebrates. Emmanuel Adebayor plays his first 90 minutes of the season and celebrates with 2 goals. It's a victory that takes them back over Manchester United and provides some Christmas cheer after getting a bit of Christmas generosity from the Southampton defence. It's finished Southampton 2, Tottenham 3.